Okay, hold up. Let's see. Should be live. Always the delay. Always a delay on here. Pretty sure that's just OBS. Not sure why. Whenever I view it on OBS, like I view it on the OBS screen, and it's like instant right away. My hand's moving, voice is coming out. Whenever I look at it on like the YouTube studio, there's a delay. It's like 3 to 5 seconds. So I'm not sure what that's about, but it's always been there. Every time I live stream, it's like that. Anyway, figured I would do a stream. Really need to make a video. I don't think I made a video in like 7, 8 months on this channel, but this channel has always mainly been for, or at least since like 2011, 2012. It's almost exclusively. What is going on with my shoulder? It's this shoulder. What in the world? Is it's just a weird lighting. Anyway, this channel has mainly been for collecting, and honestly don't really collect anymore, as I've stated multiple times in prior videos and prior live streams. So mostly just use it for occasionally streaming, like whenever I'm procrastinating. Like right now, I need to be studying Japanese. I need to finish my flashcards for the night. I need to read some Japanese manga tonight. I've been meaning to get back to these because I haven't read any manga this month. So I'm going on like 2 weeks without reading Japanese. That's not good, honestly. But reading Ao no Haku Volume 3, and I'm going to start Kanojo Okarishimasu. Rent a Girlfriend. I'm going to start both of those. I'm going to continue that one and start that new one because I have up to volume 18 of the manga. I'm going to work on importing the rest eventually. That will probably be the next video. But honestly, I still have videos on my GoPro that I still haven't got around to editing or uploading from like the 4 previous Japan trips I did. I believe I still have videos from like all of those that I've never got around to editing and uploading on the channels. So need to see about doing that sometime. Honestly, probably not ever going to happen. The way I've procrastinated against those things. This is not coffee. This is milk, because for dinner tonight I have dark chocolate protein pancakes, because that's all I have. I thought I had another pack of chicken thighs that I could do meal prep today. I ate my final prep meal yesterday, and I was going to do meal prep today for the next 4 days. And I didn't realize that I was out of chicken, and I did not really want to go to town today and spend like 2 or 3 hours doing that. So I'm just gonna do that tomorrow. And I didn't have any food here, so we made some breakfast food, because that's really all I have. Like protein bars, that might be about it. I have like rice and broccoli that I could have made, but as far as like meats and other like meals, that's about it, honestly. But yeah, I'm going to talk about the upcoming Japan trip. I finally officially booked the trip. Flight and hotel was $2,006 this time, so one of my cheapest trips. I don't know if it's my cheapest. I need to go back and compare the cost of the flight and hotel bundles that I always get. But it's still a relatively cheap trip, because I remember honestly, I believe it was the 2018 trip, either 2018 or 2019. Like the flight and hotel bundle was like a bit over. It was like $2,700 and something dollars, $2,700 and something dollars, and like it's cheaper now. I don't know if just that's because the yen is weaker. I'm pretty sure flights cost more now, because it's coming up on 10 years since my first Japan trip. So I was slowly coming up on it. It's not quite there. My math is like way wrong. It's only 2025. Yeah, it's not even close to 10 years yet. Still have a few years left. I'm trying to age myself up, apparently. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trip. Don't really have anything planned for the trip so far. There's a few things that I have. There's Kamikit. I bought my tickets to that both days. Saturday and Sunday, going to be going to Kamikit and Odaiba. Going to go back to that. Not forgetting sunscreen and the umbrella this time. I almost died the first day of that last August. It was brutal. I got so bad sunburn. was sitting for like 3 hours just out on the asphalt with like 200,000 other people just sitting on the asphalt, waiting for them to let us in. And it took like an hour later than what we was supposed to, because I bought the AM tickets. Um, for those of you that don't know, you can buy, believe it's like 10:30 is the earliest they let people in, which those you can only buy in Tokyo. It's a lottery system. That's how you get those tickets. Then it has the regular AM tickets, which is like 11 or 11:30. I forget which one it is. And then it's like noon, like PM tickets. And I always get the AM tickets because I want to get in as early as I can, because usually within like the first couple hours, as soon as they start letting people in, all of like the big names, they're already sold out. So Kamikaze war, it's always been a thing. That's always been a saying. You're literally trying to rush in there, get rush from place to place, like shoulder to shoulder, getting bumped into, getting pushed around. It's intense. Whenever you think of Japanese people, you think like really polite and nice. And Kamikaze is not that way. Kamikaze is literally war. It's like you feel beat up because it's like you're packed in there like sardines, trying to make your way through like the busy aisles, trying to get to all the doujin artists that you want to get to, trying to get all the products that you want. And it's literally like that. It's like you're getting pushed, you're getting pushed, you're getting pushed. You're trying to stop at this table. It's like you're trying to get like a couple, you're trying to just go from this line to this line over here, and it's like impossible. It's like you have to go all the way down because you can't work your way over there because everyone's just trying to hustle and get to what they're trying to buy. Like Kamika, like you feel beat up afterwards. Like 3 p.m. is pretty much around the time like they start shutting down Kamika. It is not a long event. Like that's one of the reasons it is literally war. Well, not literally, but uh, that's one of the reasons it's so intense, because you're trying to get, you do not have a lot of time to get to everything that you want to get to, because like I said, 3 p.m. usually it's like they're already closing down. I think like 3 4 is like it's pretty much done. And that's why you want to get the earliest tickets you can get, and you try to get to all the tables that you want to. And even then, you still like always miss some of them because they're sold out by the time you get to them. Like the big name artists, they're usually sold out, um, literally like within like the first hours. So if you don't, you try to. The way I do it is like uh, they have like the maps that you can print off, and I go on Twitter and I try to find like all the artists that I really really want to visit, because all the artists list like where their table is going to be at, what hall they're going to be at, what row they're going to be on, and you try to plan it out like, all right, these are the big name artists, which they usually put those like you can go to those outside. The lines are usually outside for like the really big people, or they're in the corners where it's like the most space. um, and then you try to hit those and work your way through the aisles, and you try to start in one corner. You try to make it as convenient as possible to go from place to place. And once you visit all the artists that you really want stuff from, then you start making like another loop or two around and seeing if there's any like miscellaneous artists. Like I always buy a lot more than from artists that I know. um, so yeah, you usually just go in guns ablaze and try to get all the stuff that you want. Then you take it a little more leisurely, like for the last hour or two. But it's intense. Like Kamiki is, it's intense. It's super hot, especially the summer one. I've never been to the winter one. Excited to go back to that. Another event I'm planning to go to this time is there's a couple of Naruto events. I forget where they are. They're like I have the post in Japanese saved on my Twitter, so I'll figure out where those are and which days. I think they're still open. I think there's two of them. I think one of them is at Tokyo Tower, and another one is somewhere else. There's also a round and a half like event that's going on, but it ends like right before I get there, so I'm a little bummed out about that. It was at Tower Records, I believe, in Akihabara. I remember seeing it, and I was wanting to go to that, but unfortunately, that's not going to be going on. I need to get on and see what's going to be at the Anime Center in Shibuya. Need to see what they have going on, because they always have something going on, but a lot of the times it's not anything that I want to see. It's not a series that I care about, or it's like VTubers, or it's like idol groups or something. It's not always like anime only and stuff. So need to see what they have. Um, but yeah, it's going to be a pretty chill trip. Outside of Kamika, outside of like a bunch of dating, I'm going to do a bunch of dating. There's like 3 people I'm already like talking with about meeting back up with. I'm going to do a bunch of dating and doing the nightlife, hitting the clubs probably, going out shopping with some people, and Yeah, just the usual stuff like Akihabara, Nakano, Broadway. There's not a whole lot I really want to collect because, like I said, I've been winding down my collecting. Definitely over the last 2 or 3 years, it's just been kind of winding down. It's like I still do want to collect some things, but I just don't have the passion for like owning a giant collection and making it even more out of hand. Especially since I'm leaving the country, going to be moving to Japan, and not going to be taking my collection with me, obviously, and might potentially be selling off quite a bit or most of my collection. So there's not a whole lot of collecting. Gonna try to buy some souvenirs. I am gonna go clothes shopping. I'm planning that out with someone over there that like I meet up with. We're gonna go like clothes shopping. Like that's one of the planned dates that I'm gonna have. Is because this time I usually do this. I've been doing this more and more on like the more recent trips where I only take like 1 or 2 pairs of clothing and I just buy new clothes while I'm there because like the clothing in Japan is really cheap and I can usually like go to like Uniqlo or GU and stuff and just find new clothing and just buy new clothing while I'm there, buy new outfits. That's just been fun for me, and it's something to spend money on other than like collecting anime and manga that take up a lot of space. I'm gonna probably try to get some souvenirs for family while I'm there. Not sure exactly. Don't believe sumo is happening. I believe sumo happens in September, so won't be able to visit that. Do want to go to a sumo event one day. I might because I haven't been to what is it? Oh, good lord, I'm drawing a blank. The Asahi Beer Factory or Asahi Building, beer building, and good lord, it's like Asakusa, or it may not be Asaka. It's around Asakusa. I've seen the building multiple times, but I've never actually went to it, and it has like a bar like on the top floor or something that you can go to. I might try to go to that, and that is over by where the sumo museum and like the sumo stadium in Tokyo is. So I might hit the sumo museum again just to see if they have anything going on, but I'm not really gonna go out of my way to see it. And I believe another thing, Bandai HQ, I believe that's something new that's opened up in Asakusa from last time I was there. I believe that's something new. I've been seeing posts about that on like Facebook, some of the groups I'm in. I've been seeing posts about like a statue of Goku, statue of Doraemon, and there's some more people. I don't remember what all the statues are, but they do have some statues there. I still haven't been to there's at the toy building, Toy HQ. I haven't been up to that before yet either because it's kind of out of the way and there's not a lot in the area of Tokyo that is in, but they have a bunch of anime statues outside of that as well. Might try to get out and finally do that. That's been on my list probably since like 2019 and I still haven't done it yet. I've been there like 5 times since I learned about it and haven't done it yet. Um, Definitely going back to Kamakura, Yokohama, going to both of those. I think a Bandmate concert. It's either Baby Metal or Bandmate is going to have a concert in Tokyo or Yokohama. I'm not sure exactly which one. I don't remember. I want to say I saw one or the other was going to be having like a concert down there while I'm there, so I might try to do that. I'm not sure about that yet. Um, yeah, I'm definitely going to Kamakura uh, just to go to the beach. Want to go to the beach, and there's some good ramen places down there. Might drop by one of those, but I definitely want to go and at least visit the beach one time while I'm down there again. I really enjoyed that last time I was there. Hopefully, it's not overcrowded. It wasn't too bad last time I went. It was mostly Japanese people, wasn't too many foreigners, so that was nice. Um, Not going to spend a lot of time in Shibuya. I never really do. I just pretty much go to Mandarake in Shibuya because Shibuya is just so overrun with foreigners that it's not a lot of fun anymore. Like, I'm not going to say it's like 50% foreigners and 50% Japanese, but there are times where it literally feels like there's 50% foreigners and 50% Japanese. Like, you go in certain like stores and like parts of like Shibuya, like during the day, like during the afternoon, and it literally feels like it's like it doesn't even feel like Japan because there's it almost feels like the Japanese are a minority at times, and that's not a lot of fun for me. Like going to Shibuya, but it's still fine. You can go to Shibuya like in the AM because not everything is open yet, and try to go to the stores as they're opening. And it's not as bad, but like I said, in the afternoon, Shibuya isn't a lot of fun because there's so many foreigners. Akihabara is kind of getting the same way, but I wouldn't say Akihabara is as bad as Shibuya. For some reason, Shibuya just attracts like the most foreigners. From my experiences, like being all over Tokyo like 6 times on 6 different trips. Well, obviously a lot more than 6 times. I've been to Shibuya. Usually I drop by at least a few times each trip, but on my 6 trips to Japan that I've gone, it's definitely, it feels like it's getting more and more every time I go. It feels like there's more and more foreigners there. And I go there to be around Japanese people, not foreigners. Oddly, Shinjuku isn't as bad as Shibuya, and they're like really close, like really close. I've walked between the two like multiple times. I take the bus a lot more now because I've just gotten more lazy and don't feel like walking as much. But I've walked the trip from Shinjuku, Harajuku, Shibuya, like hitting all three, going up between them. I've did that like so many times already, and it feels like even at nighttime, like Shinjuku isn't as bad. There are some clubs you go into like very gaijin heavy, some bars and clubs you go to in Shinjuku late at night that are definitely very, very heavily with foreigners. But for the most part, like walking the streets isn't as bad as Shibuya, in my opinion. Shibuya just attracts. I think it's because of like the Shibuya Scramble crossing. That's probably one of the reasons. Because honestly, there's outside of Mandarake, there's a lot better places you can go to do shopping in Tokyo, other than Shibuya. You just go there for like the Scramble. You go there for Mandarake. But as far as like shopping areas, like Ikebukuro is better, Nakano Broadway is better. Even Shinjuku is kind of better at times, depending on what you're looking for. But well, like I'm talking about like for anime, manga, electronics, even like clothes shopping. Um, Shibuya, yeah, I don't do a whole lot because even it's like the One Piece store. There's other One Piece stores that you can go to. Like there's other jump stores that you can go to. Those are all over the place. One Piece stores are all over the place. Like you don't have to go to Shibuya to see those things. Even over by the Skytree, they have those stores. Like they are all over the place, like the jump stores and One Piece stores. But for some reason, it seems like everyone congregates in Shibuya to go to all those things. And I think it's because of the scramble, like I said. Um, but yeah, how long have we been on? I was only going to stay on for a little bit. We'll stay on like a couple more minutes, I guess, before I decide to log off here. Um, let's see here. Oops. What all have I talked about? I've talked about the trip. I've talked about a little bit about studying Japanese. Need to get around to watching a lot more Japanese. Haven't watched Japanese in a while. I did log back into my Japanese YouTube channel, and I clicked on a video to put it in my history. That way I can go back and watch it later. It's like a 10,000 manga collection or something. Yeah. Uh, Honda no Shokai, and it's like 10,000 satsu. Oh my god, that is not. It's not working. It's so bad. It's so bad. It won't focus. Maybe put it here. All right, it won't focus. But anyway, apparently it's like a 10,000 volume like manga collection. Uh, Honda no Shokai. That's like a bookshelf tour. That's what roughly that means. It's like 10,000 satsu, and then like 10,000 books. So that'd be interesting. I've seen a couple of. Seen like there's the French couple. I believe it's a French couple. This is from forever ago. They had like over 10,000. There's been 2 or 3 like 10,000 plus Japanese collections that I've seen. So it's always interesting to see because whenever you watch a lot of the collections, if they're like in the low thousands, the collections are almost the exact same. They just have all the popular shonens, and it's like not that great. You're not learning about like really any new series. It's just all the extremely popular stuff. Whenever you have a collection of like 3-4 thousand, with the Japanese collectors, it's like all they have is the extremely popular mainstream stuff. And it's like I watch the collections because I want to learn about other series that I haven't heard about before. So whenever you get to those intense collections, they've obviously branched out beyond outside of just like Shonen Jump titles. So it's interesting to see collections that big. Wait, let's switch to my other account again. Oh, but yeah, as far as collecting, I'm trying to think about things that I want to collect this time. Other than Kami Kid, I'm gonna spend at least like $200 or $300 at Kami Kid. I always do because I always come back with like 50, around 50 dojin is what I come back with. For some reason, that seems to be the number that I always come, like it's around 50. For some reason, I guess that's about as many that I'm able to physically go and find, or like that's all that I find interesting at each Kami Kid. Not really sure what that's about, but for some reason I did the counting like each time, and for some reason it's around a 50 each time for dojins. So uh, expecting to spend around that much again. And dojin, they are more expensive now. Used to be like most of them was like 500 yen and 1,000 yen if it was like a bigger one, whereas now the 500 yen ones are like 700 yen, 600 yen, 700 yen, and like the ones that was 1,000, they're like either like 12 or 1,400 yen. Though you do see quite a few now that are like 2,000 yen, which is a bit crazy. The what's his name? The creator of Kanojo Karashimasu. I met him last year. Reiji Miyamoto, I believe is his name. Oh, no, Reiji Miyajima. That's his name. I can read it on here. Um, he was selling stuff. I bought all three of the things that he had there last year, and it was like 2,000 yen each. But I went ahead and bought all those. And the guy that did Kanojo Mo Kanojo, Girlfriend, I bought the book from him, and that one was 2,000 yen as well. So I guess the more popular, the ones that are actually like mangaka and have like anime series based off their manga, whenever they do come to Kamiken, they can charge those prices because a lot of people are going to pay for them. So yeah. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. We've been on here for, I was planning to end it at like 20 minutes, but we're a little after. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I'm going to try to do some videos again sometime. I'll probably stream some while I'm in Japan. Might do some walk around streams, but again, I honestly I don't really like doing that, so may not. But anyway, I will see you guys later.